So back in the hospital, and Dad's come for a blood test, and I need a bigger car because my parents keep smacking it because they got sticks to walk, both of them. They keep smacking their sticks on the side of the car, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick. It's damaging the paint. It's damaging. I don't want more damage to happen to my car, but I don't have a choice because it's a small car, and I need a bigger car. And I can't afford it because I don't have the money. I mean, they were meant to be driving it as well, continue driving, but they don't. My dad was just saying a couple of minutes ago, before I say, he said, "No, I'll probably never drive again." My stomach still hurts. And I still get stomach pain. I was having stomach pain this morning. It's not, because there's a cafe over there, but I'm not sure it might be open. I'm guessing to get something to eat, so calm my stomach down. I don't want to eat anything. I'm bloated and I'm still unwell. I'm sick of being unwell now. It's been, 2 weeks? How would you define best when it comes to photography? Is it the one that took the most effort, or is it the one that most closely adheres to the rules of aesthetics? Or is it the one most people approve of? Or is it the one that is the best quality? Or the one that makes you feel something, even if it is negative or against your beliefs? Because I look at the pictures I've taken every year, because I enjoy photography. I don't do as much as I used to, because I used to go out and do regular photography trips, going to photograph farms and cottages. I used to go and photograph old farms and cottages, ruined farms and cottages, abandoned farms and cottages, all over Wales. I've got some other ones I need to go back to because I didn't quite go to the right place or the right time or something. It's been like that for more than 10 years now, some of them. When was the first time we actually went out on these photography trips? I formally started doing them in 2007, so yeah, I've been using film cameras, and then I switched to the digital. I used film cameras for a lot of years. But every year, I look at the pictures I've taken, and like I got best pictures, like a small selection of pictures, because I reject most of my pictures. I don't delete them, but I reject them, and they're not good enough to share or something. So I come up with a small list of the best, and then I try to choose what is the best picture I've taken. I don't know if you can hear me over the rain, but what I could do is, I could put them. I mean, where's the angle now? I mean, I could put the pictures by here. How many pictures was it? Like 7 pictures I think I've taken this year, which I've chosen to be the best, in quote marks, the best this year. And I need to choose which one is the best. I know which one I think is the best out of all the pictures. The one I took up on Mynydd Myros in May, and I believe this one's the best for mine. But I know if I talk to other people aren't going to agree. People will think it's more likely the car picture. This old Alpina that's a guy's walking towards, because it's the most humanist, isn't it? It's the most humanist picture I've taken this year. But this is just my assumption. But when I was thinking about this the other day, this is why I wrote this list. How would you define best when it comes to photography? The one that took the most effort, the one that most adheres to the rules of aesthetics, the one that most people approve of, the one that is the best quality, or the one that makes you feel something, even if it is negative or against your beliefs. When I used to do film photography, I used to get a lot of work done at, getting films developed at Express Imaging in Cardiff on City Road, along with I think it's Camera Centre in is it the Wyndham Arcade? No, it's not the Wyndham Arcade, it's the Morgan Arcade, one or the other. They've got a Christmas photography competition. I think their theme was City Road, And sorry, I'm scratching my hand. That's why it looks strange. Because all my hands are dry because of the weather and cold. So it made me think. Well, I haven't really entered photography competitions. I thought about it. I used to go to a photography club, and they used to do events, and I did enter the events, but I never used to get anywhere, and it was really annoying. It just seemed like the people who win were always the people I disagreed with the judgments. I thought a lot of bad images got through, and it made me think there's something weird here, you know? What are they judging on? There's maybe this list here. I think it's the photography competitions, they need to define, is it the one that took the most effort, the one that makes, something on this list. I'm reminded of an old article that I can't even remember the name of a photography blog I used to read, where the photographer took a film picture. I think it was of a Saturn V, and he took the picture before he knew how to get the level of dynamic range into the print. And he said it was the best picture he ever took, and put a lot of effort into this picture. When he took it to the editor didn't care. And the editor said, no one cares how hard you worked. So that's a whole, you can dive into that. No one cares how hard you worked. No one cares. It's like with these videos. No one cares how hard you work to get these videos. It makes me think, when it comes to photography competitions and photography challenges and that, it's just down to luck, because you can't. So it's more akin to a lottery than a competition or a challenge. You know what? If you had a public vote on what's the best picture and a judge vote on what's the best picture, same with cars, or it could be absolutely anything, probably the results would be different. Sorry, there's this car behind me with the lights on. It's really annoying. The lights just keep going up and down. Why don't you just turn the lights off? Should I go out there and tell them? Cars are the same. Vehicles are the same. But it's not just vehicles. It could be anything. Planes, whatever. Everyone's got their own opinions and their own thoughts and feelings, biases. So it's not definitive. Well, cars, because I like cars. Let's talk about cars. There's no definitive best, is there? Everything's a compromise. There's no definitive best, because what's best for one person is not going to be best for another. I mean, you have enthusiasts, you have non-enthusiasts. The enthusiasts tend like the two-seat sports cars, or well, not necessarily, not in every case. But yeah, women prefer cars with at least 4 doors and 4 seats, or have a higher probability of preferring interiors. Anyway, it's time to go. Let's try this again. Now I've got shopping bags. Let's try this again. So several hours later, I'm meant to be carrying on with the video I was doing earlier. The video I was doing earlier, I had to stop because I was disturbed by my dad, because my father came back to the car, so I had to stop the video. Right, what was I talking about earlier? I've since bought a coffee as well. So Jimmy's Coffee. This was £2.75 in Morrison's. I think it was £2.80 in one stop. But I'm sure I've seen it £2.40 somewhere. Where was it £2.40? I don't know. It's probably Morrison's last week it was £2.40, knowing the way prices are going lately. There's a boat over there. I'm just going to have a look, see if I can look on AIS and find out where it is. The Marine AIS traffic services have been so slow and clunky lately. I'm sure it used to be much, much better. They've got bloody stuff all over the screen so you can't tell whether it's the same ship. Yeah, that looks like it. What is it? Neptune Ageli. Ro-Ro cargo. That's what's across there, across the water. You can just see the outline. Neptune Ageli. There you go, that's the ship there. It's over there, but it's towards the other side of the channel anyway. Oh, hang on, this one says do not shake, doesn't it? No need to shake, right. Right, back to what we were thinking earlier, because I was talking, what was I talking about? I was talking about photographs and the problems I have with photography competitions and challenges. And I talk about different opinions about cars and what was I going on about? The car is good for one person, it's not necessarily a car is good for somebody else. I've learnt that since having the Paseo, remember I bought the Paseo for myself, but I've learnt there's been so much need to have a larger vehicle, because my last car was much bigger. It was the RVR Space Runner. Yeah, I've learnt that it's good to have the extra doors and the extra seats, because these seats are tiny. They're just child seats. Adults sit there, their knees are up and their heads, they're leant over in the back, because there's not proper seats there. They're like child seats. They're leant over on the back window, because the back window comes to there. See, and the seats. So I need extra seats. Problem is, modern cars, like I got a brand new Corsa next to me, well, a couple of places down on the terrace. And then you've seen the back doors on the Corsa? They got small seats in the back, but the back doors don't open very wide. There's not. I think that's due to modern safety concerns and that, and so the interior space has been getting smaller. Even though cars have been getting bigger, the interior space has been getting smaller. And cars have been getting uglier due to the height of the bonnets and that, because I think there's certain requirements. You have to have so much space between the top of the engine and the top of the bonnet, and the headlights have to be a certain height off the ground now. But modern cars, I think I've talked about it before, if I had to choose a brand new modern car, what would it be? And I probably wouldn't choose any. I mean, there's a lot of cars I like the look of, and on paper are very good, but I think I couldn't choose any because of ADAS. It's now the driving assistance systems. They're now mandated, and I just can't stand the idea. I just can't stand the idea of control being taken away from you. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Yeah, I mean, I'd try a modern vehicle, but I don't think I would get on with the ADAS systems. I'm drunk half of this already. Now, I wish I could go out and take more pictures and go on more photography adventures. I don't have the time, I don't have the money. And even if I went back to work, I don't know what my parents would do. My mother was upset earlier because I said I got to get home because I got to get the car outside the house, which I do. I got to get the car outside the house because my mother wants me to spend time there, and I got to. I mean, I've had to take my father to the hospital this morning, so I got to do things for my parents. I need a bigger car because of them, and if I had employment, they would struggle again. Sorry, I'm just watching the waves now. So I should have shown the pictures, the photographs, which are... So, what was it? I got those pictures. I can't remember how many pictures. There was 1, 2... It might be about 7 pictures. Anyway, the pictures which I think are the best pictures I've taken all year. So out of those pictures, which ones do you think is the best? I know the one I think is the best. It's just nice to sit here and see the view. Because when my father disturbed me earlier, my train of thought went, so... I think I said everything I really wanted to say. I've taken these pictures this year, and I want to... I don't need to choose what's the best. Is there a correlation between how many good photographs I've taken in a year and how good of a year I have? No, there hasn't been. No, there isn't really. No, there isn't a correlation between how good of a year you've had and how many good photographs you've taken. the only correlation there is that how many trips you've done, or I've done. You know, I'm going to have to start using the longer lenses. I'm looking at the sun glinting off the houses and caravans on the cliff there and over the cliff top and the spray of the water. If I had a longer lens, I've got plenty of long lenses there. I never use them because I like the fast primes. I'd like to have an income soon because there's a camera coming out which I'd like to buy. That's the Ricoh GR4, but it'll have a monochrome sensor and it's coming out next year. Thing is, it could be £2,000 for a compact camera, because my compact camera I bought in 2010 has been everywhere with me. It's been around the world twice. Is the little Canon XE30S. I think it's like £250 for the equivalent in this country. And I ended up buying it for £110 and getting a brand new one imported and in a colour that wasn't available here. And it's exactly the same. Oh no, it's even better than one, because I believe compact cameras at that time in the UK had the 30-minute video limit, and mine didn't have the 30-minute video limit because I imported it. So mine was an XE30S, and I can't remember what the equivalent was. But when I started my little yellow compact camera up earlier this year, the shutter wasn't automatically open. You got to tap it to open the shutter, and so, you know, I've had it since 2010, and it's well travelled. It's been doing me a lot. I haven't used it as much as I maybe should have. You know, I've done massive time lapses with it, long time lapses and that, because I used what's it called? What's that thing where you can modify the firmware of Canon cameras? I forgot what it's called now. But I got that on the memory card as well. So, yeah, my knee's by here, so I'm just because I got a little bit of the side sill, I can put my foot on it. I can just, you know, just relax in the car as best I can. And my phone is balancing on the steering wheel, though it does sometimes fall down. Oh, there's a strange water spout there. What's that all about? It's not. Yeah, it looks like a water spout. Can I get some video of that? Really zoomed in now. Oh, I can't see it. Well, it's just next to the bin. Oh no, see, as soon as I start recording, it's disappeared. As soon as I start recording, it's disappeared. It looked like a little water spout, like whatever it's called, with water. That's what it looked like. Can you see over there? Let's try it again. I can't see it on the video. Do you reckon? Is it focusing in the distance enough? It's hard to see now, anyway. It's hard to see, anyway. Probably nothing. Loneliness. Yeah. What's coming to mind? When the course went past, there's a young couple in there and come down here together, and no one wants to spend time with me. And no one wants to hear this either. No, not on YouTube anyway. No one wants to hear this. Great. Let's go to ChatGPT then. Can it show me? Please give me a random subject to talk about in a video. If I say car video or car chat video, it'll assume that it'll have to be about cars, and I'm asking it a random subject to talk about in a video. Please give me a random subject to talk about in a video. So, ChatGPT is using the wrong language. It says, Kodomo no koro ni daisuki data omocha mono no hanashi. Wants me to talk about favourite toys as a child. What was my favourite toys as a child? Well, I did ask for a random subject, even though for some reason it keeps refusing to use English lately. What was my favourite toys as a child? Depends. See, I think my favourite toy as a child, like my earliest favourite toy as a child, was an orange Kenworth truck, Matchbox one, and it pulled a trailer with a boat on it. And I've still got the boat. I knew it used the standard trailer, so I have to find the standard trailer. I've still got the truck. I've still got the truck somewhere. I know I've still got the truck. I've still got the boat, and I know where the boat is. And yeah, it was just a truck, and that was my favourite toy. I just kept that and kept that and kept that. And my Matchbox cars and the odd Hot Wheels and Majorette cars as well. They were always my favourite toys, because that was my toys that I kept. And I still have. In fact, I've got a couple of Matchbox cars on my desk. I've got Hot Wheels cars, recent ones I bought, on my shelf. The ones on my desk is I've got a couple of random Formula 1 cars, but they're older ones, and they were just like generic ones. I don't think they're Matchbox. I think they may be Majorette. I've got a Matchbox Jaguar XJ6, a 1980s one, and I've got stuff on my shelf. So I've got cars. Cars, that's what I like, cars. But I had lots of favourite toys over the years, lots of different ones as well, but the Matchbox and the smaller cars, the Hot Wheels Matchbox, those were always the ones that meant the most to me. Because I have a white R129SL, which I believe is in a box in the back room. A Matchbox one, an R129SL, Mercedes SL, an SL500. And that's one of my favourite cars of all time. Yeah, that's a car I'd love to own one day, is an R231 SL. The newer ones. Is it the 231? Yeah, I'd love to own a newer Mercedes SL. I don't know if I'll ever have the money to have that. To have a car like that. Couldn't even afford the tax and insurance. I don't think anyone wants to hear about cars anyway. It's just nice to sit here. I can hardly breathe because my nose is still blocked up. Quick change of subject. Every time other vehicles walk past, everyone looks at the car. It's a problem with having a unique, well, not a unique, it's a rare car that few people have seen and no one recognises. But everyone looks at it. Everyone. Absolutely everyone. And what makes this a pebble beach? If the sea goes out, when we get neap and spring tides, and the sea goes out really far, because we've got the highest tidal range in the world, arguable. I know it's the second highest tidal range in the world official. And the sea goes really far out, you can see this sand at the bottom. But the pebbles, the pebbles, in my opinion, I think there's less pebbles now than there used to be when we were younger. But then that could be just my memories. But I could be wrong. And how is a pebble beach like this formed? I mean, the sand, if it goes out, the sea goes out far enough. Because these pebbles, I've found and seen ammonites in these pebbles, and there's ammonite. I know there's a rock over there by the cliff, so there was this big, massive ammonite in it, but you can just see it poking through. But of course, it was huge, and there's no way I could have picked it up or anything. I don't have the skills or the things to chip it away and get it out, but the skills or the equipment. But I know there's a rock over there. It's probably been picked up by somebody else. It was massive. An ammonite, like, huge. I've seen it over there. Right, I'm going home. Alright, time to stop. I'm going home.